Okay, welcome back to Disco Panic Game Development Log number 4. It's been a while. Um, I actually accomplished a lot of stuff a long time ago. I just never got to record in the video because I've been busy with an algorithms course I'm in. But now I've got a little bit of free time and I wanted to record the video, and I got a lot done. Um, and it took a lot of time and work and effort and understanding what the issue was. Let's start off with what the issues were from last time. Last time we had issues with the executable file. In some files, some audio wasn't playing. Then they only played if you played it inside of the testing and the debugging here. But when you actually turned it into a physical game, the audio wouldn't play. And it had something to do with loading the clips ahead of time. So I had to create an audio manager and having the audio source attached to each of the objects. There were some tricks that I learned. For example, play clip at point, which plays the audio even if you destroy an object because it creates a separate little object at that point. That wasn't really an issue though. It was more just playing sounds in general. So now we have this sound manager. And if we go to sound manager, see, I load all the sounds ahead of time. And because I do that and I load them into the scene, they are then actually able to be played by the game instead of just having them in the game's memory. They have to be loaded into the scene, apparently, at least for the version I'm on. So that was a big problem solved. We did that, so all the sounds work, everything works. They're even better because now I learned a couple new tricks along the way, such as play clip at point, which lets the sound play after an object's destroyed, which is perfect. Some other things we did, just fixed some of the orientation so that it goes to the screen better when you're playing, and kind of adjust to your screen more properly, because some screens I think it would be like squished or too big or something like that. So we have the orientation and the frame fixed a little bit. We have this up here, this little guy. There was another, we fixed smoothness with the players moving. I simplified the player model a little bit. Let's see if I can kind of see what I did here. Yeah. One of the main things was in this guy, I realized I didn't need this enemy hitbox anymore. And the way that we were doing it with the rigid body and the box controller, actually let it do its thing with on trigger enter. As you can see in, sorry I didn't have this, I should have did the enemy graphics, enemy object controller, and then it's the destroy me on contact. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, so here it is, on trigger enter 2D. After realizing that I didn't need the hitbox after putting that anymore. And the hitbox were doing weird things. They were staying in place. They were moving separately. They were causing a bunch of like invisible walls because you can't see the box, but they had like rigid bodies on them, so you couldn't walk through them. But we actually can do that with just this guy by himself. So you see I have that turned off, but just as a reminder as to what used to be there and why I don't need it anymore. So if we give this game a little bit of a playthrough, I'll give you some idea of how it's going again. Just get everybody on speed. Start the disco. Start the disco. Start. Definitely not a thing. Okay, so here we go. Let's start. Again, we have the normal thing, but you notice it's a little smoother. It's a little smoother, and you'll see the enemies are a lot smoother too. Oh, and I implemented the jukebox. There's some basic noises. You hear that sound when I touch it? So if I collect more points, I could change the song. I just have the two songs, the intro song and this song. So that's the only songs it changes to. But so now all these sounds are going to be playing after. And you see how smooth they're doing and how close they're getting to each other. It's really nice that we have this. There's no invisible walls or stuff colliding. And it mostly got to be a problem when there was a lot of them spawning. Because I think they would spawn on top of each other and kind of like push that hitbox around. And then it would just shift uncontrollably as more spawned. For a second, just see what I set it at. Jukebox 1500, 2000, 500. Okay, so it's 500. So I'll show you kind of how it works once we get to 500. Oh, wait, started again. That's okay, but anyway, it would just do that, and it picks a random song. As you can see, it does creates a random number and a range, and then picks one of the available songs based upon your score. And that's kind of how I got it working right now. Right now, there's nothing loaded in those song clips, so they won't do anything. And if there's something loaded, it doesn't break the game. Actually, it just doesn't have a sound. So it's not a game-breaking thing that I'm leaving it out while testing. And yeah, so we have a jukebox working. We have some lighting. We have some new effects. We have everything kind of fitting to your screen now. No matter when you execute it, we have all the sounds working. We have sounds working after objects are destroyed, which is fantastic. Jukebox sounds are working, and I'm really happy with the progress. And I think kind of the next steps here would be to take some items and collect items to have like different weapons and stuff. And that's probably going to be the direction I go if I decide to work on this some more, add some stuff. And I also have other game ideas I want to start working on as well, including a mining game. So not like Minecraft, but like a strategy type game. You'll see in the future. But thank you for watching, and have a good one.